So
Yeah.
don't skip any steps. There's no
Yeah.
shortcut to success.
Yeah.
Walk us through the process for those of us who are
Mhm.
thinking about having a franchise or who've never even thought about
Yeah.
a franchise. What does that look like? What's the process of buying your first restaurant?
Yeah. So in my process, there's an application online, just like any other thing you apply for online. You send in the application, and this is the path that I took with my brand. The application comes in, and they may or may not pick you. And I'll tell you the funny story about how I got picked, but
I think they need to hear how you got picked because I think that this is something that people don't
that's
realize
funny. Yeah.
how important it is to always keep your eyes open. So how
Yeah.
did you get
Yeah.
picked?
Yeah. So I was, retiring from the Army. I had about a year left, and I was working in downtown DC. I was working in the government accounting office, and I lived in Northern Virginia. And I would either drive in or I would catch the metro in. And so I had applied for McDonald's, and I got, I applied, never heard anything. And so I called finally one day, and I called and said, listen, application McDonald's, whatever, I haven't heard anything. 4 days later, I get a letter that says, thank you for your interest. We have thousands of applicants, so on and so forth. So
you got rejected.
I got rejected. I got the Dear John letter. And then I was working one day again at the downtown DC. I'm going home. I go get on the metro. You know how crazy the metro is in DC. Billions of people and thousands of trains. And so I get on this train, bounce around, and I land in a seat, and I'm sitting beside a guy. I'm in Army uniform. He's also in Army uniform. And so we struck the conversation. And he said, well, you're going to retire in a year. What do you want to do? I said, well, I wanted to be a McDonald's owner, but, I got a Dear John letter.
Yeah.
And the guy looks me in the eye and says, well, who sent you the letter? What difference does it make? I said, some guy by the name of John Paul Carpenter. And he says, oh, Paul? I know Paul. He said, yeah, I'm just on my reserve duty here. I'm only going to be here for a month, and I'm going back to McDonald's. I work in HR. I'm like, what? No. Sure enough, 3 weeks later, I'm at my desk in a jail building. I get a phone call. Hello, Mark. This is Paul Carpenter from McDonald's, and I heard you're a good guy. Andy tells me you're a good guy. You want to come in and interview, and so that's how I got my first restaurant. It was almost divine intervention. That
Yeah, totally divine.
Craziness.
But all a part of the story.
Yeah.
From 15, starting off, your dad saying, what are you going to do? Work for McDonald's your whole life. To even having on the uniform of that which you've been doing for all these years.
Right, yeah.
And then you get on the train and I got a personal relationship.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
pushed me to the next level.
Yeah,